Jeff, I see the beautiful trees behind you, and I know where you're at. You're down in South Florida, and, literally the Dolphins on holding OTAs with new coach Mike McDaniel, and I'm curious, everybody starts breaking down Instagram videos, the highlight video of Tua throwing the ball, and all these assessments come out of it, and Key's like, if he's underthrowing Tyreek Hill now, what is it going to be like in the game? I'm like, stop. I'm just curious, what do you think the expectations for Tua should be this season?
All I know is, by the way, I love the guys down here. I know a lot of these guys, but even in the social media department. But Tua should not be taking the heat there. That should be the social media team.
Yes, that's what I said.
How are you going to do that to Tua? That was brutal. And it's like, one play in the middle of an OTA in May. Like, come on. But I will say, it is going to be, hopefully that is not symbolic of what's to come, because this team has really loaded up, and they've done so not, a lot of people say, oh, they're doing this to support Tua, and that is to a degree the case, but they're loading up to try to be a good football team in general. This is what the Dolphins have been trying to do the past several years, to acquire draft picks and ultimately use them, whether to draft players or to make trades. They've done all that. So yes, it is to support Tua and should try to get the most out of him, but it's also to get the most out of the team. And if Tua can't also raise his game to that level, that's a problem. But I think that we will finally find out once and for all what Tua's potential is, and there are people in that building who believe that his potential will be enough for a playoff team.
Well, see, Jeff, the thing is I think there's an opportunity there to make the playoffs. They have some players on the offensive side. The defense was solid, but the defense was solid under Brian Flores. Brian Flores is no longer there constructing the defense, and there's going to be a little bit of change, especially on both sides of the ball with the coordinators. I think, though, when you look at this thing with Tua, this is an audition. You're down there. This is an audition period, much like you said, for Tua, because next year's crop of players that are coming out are pretty decent quarterbacks as of right now, until the film really starts to get broken down for those guys in January of 2023, and we'll know who the front runner is at the quarterback position, and if Miami is in position to grab a young guy or even a veteran guy, so to speak, because the team will be built a certain way to make a nice playoff run. I just don't know about Tua yet. We've been saying this for 3 years now.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I feel you, man. And I think that if you're a Dolphins fan, is the nice part of this. Even if you're a hardcore Tua supporter, you can at least look at this and say, the good news is got 2 first-round picks next year. So they got the ammunition. And basically, so you're sitting here, you're saying, okay, we're going to build a team that supports our quarterback and find out what he has. But if he doesn't have it, we still are in a good enough situation to be able to have basically a plug-and-play roster for a really good quarterback to come into. And that, to me, if you're an organization, that's the position that you want to be in. You can go ride or die with your quarterback, but if it's the latter and it's death, at least you got to be ready to bring somebody in and fill that spot.
Especially, you probably started the death on Instagram by showing Tua talking about a little underthrowing Tyreek Hill, not exactly helping the situation when it comes to the Miami Dolphins.
Leave this man alone. It's horrible.
Imagine if you're Tua and you're scrolling through your Instagram and you're like, oh, there's
really?
There's
conspiracy theory, Jeff.
No, not that.
The Miami Dolphins are trying to sabotage Tua.
Wow.
That's what's happening. They did that purposefully.
No doubt.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.